We welcome in now a very special guest to the set here on America's Day at the Races, Joe Applebaum, president of New York Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. Joe, so happy to have you with us. And we wanted to start by asking you, tell us a little bit about the initiative, We Are New York Horse Racing.
Sure, thanks Acacia, Andy. So good to be here on Wood Day. It's not even raining. That's usually the best bet of the... It's crowded and loud, so we're psyched that everyone's here to enjoy the races. So last spring we started a coalition along with NYTHA, along with standard-bred horsemen and tracks all over the state called We Are New York Horse Racing. And it's designed to promote and talk about the way of life associated with horse racing. We've picked up dozens and dozens of supporters and partners, be it labor unions here on Long Island, be it the Saratoga Chamber of Commerce, be it all the small businesses that support horse racing, from, again, a small store in Saratoga to a farrier or a veterinarian down here. And we have people literally all over the state of New York that support horse racing, and we think in these day and age it's really important to get that message out there in a really widespread way.
And I think there is a general misunderstanding, which you guys are doing a great job of changing, of how important racing is to the New York economy. The number of people that work in different facets of the game, whether it's with the horses or around the game. You mentioned the unions, but also the amount of tourism it brings, especially up in Saratoga, how much the upstate community gets from horse racing.
So you should all understand, horse racing is the #2 agribusiness in this state behind dairy. There's jobs in literally every county in the state associated with horses. There are thousands of workers just at Belmont Park, our home, let alone those on farms, let alone those in the feed business, the farriers, and all the other businesses that support Elmont and Saratoga, and even our standard-bred friends.
And you mentioned the standardbred industry as well, and this is really about posing a united front and standing up for not only thoroughbred horse racing, but the standardbred industry as well.
Yeah, so there's an element in our society that don't think that humans and horses should interact at all. They really are, for what they call, their words, a petless society. And we think that's sad. Humans and horses have been working together for 15,000 years. And we feel what you see on our racetracks is really some of the finest examples of how we can work together. And those groups take a lot of shots at us. They're well funded. And just like you said, we need to stand up for ourselves. We're here, we just kind of want to race, but that's really not good enough anymore. We need to advocate for ourselves. We need to be out there on media, and we need to be in the political arena explaining our story, explaining the care the horses get, explaining the thousands of jobs that are related to this. And quite frankly, in our kind of divided political age, horse racing is one of the few endeavors that spans both red and blue states, red and blue counties within our own state. And there are people creating divides for no good reason other than their own kind of activist philosophy. And I think that's really important for us to speak the truth to that.
And it's a good point, because I can say at the racetrack, it's one of the few places I can say for sure that people on both sides of the fence get along perfectly.
Very true.
We actually get along here.
100%. It actually shows what's possible in this country. I don't want to be too much of a crazy track booster, but it shows how in America we can come together around shared experience. And this is something that combines the city and the country and different ways of life in the way that very, very few other endeavors can.
Well, horses have done so much for every one of us in different ways, similar ways as well. And horses are an incredibly important part of so many of our lives in a positive way.
They really are. And I wouldn't want to leave the set without talking to the audience for a second and saying, we need your help, okay? If you live here in New York, okay, we'd like you to activate and contact your representatives. And the best news is we're going to make it easy for you. You can see on the screen, nyhorseracing.com, /take action. But if you just go to that website, nyhorseracing.com, we have a simple tool. You sign your name, you put your address in, and an automatic email goes out to key legislators in this state, including the governor, okay, including leaders of both the Senate and the Assembly, people that are going to make a difference. And we want your voice heard. We assume you're watching because you're a racing fan, right? Other than Andy's mom, everyone else out there is a racing fan.
She's even given up on me.
Exactly. So if you love the game, if you want to see it continue, if you want to see these guys every Saturday or every day just about, if you want to see racing, we need your help and support. And the easiest way to do that is to go to that website.
Joe, cannot say thank you enough. And I've done it. Couldn't be easier. We really appreciate you joining us today.
I'm just glad we finally got a good handicapper up on the set. I should leave and let you do the rest of the show.
As Andy said, horses have given us the world, and we hope to continue carrying on that tremendous career lifestyle that we have in the sport of horse racing. There's a look at the race number 4 favorite, Ilaria. We'll talk more about her and the rest of the field after this break.